Jefferson, speaking of patience, Jeff Darlington, he's preaching patience with his new quarterback, which is a redshirt rookie, J.J. McCarthy.
You definitely have to have patience. You know, he's pretty much a rookie. You know, last year pretty much doesn't count for him. So he's still new to the scheme, new to coming out here and throwing it to these different receivers. So yes, you have to have that patience. You know, you're not really expected to him to have the same mindset as a veteran. You know, you can't really have that expectation from him.
Jeff Darlington, are you skeptical of the success that the Vikings are projected to have this season with a redshirt rookie quarterback?
I don't know if I'm skeptical because I don't know exactly what the expectation. It seems across the board with the Vikings. Like, I will say this, I am willing to have more patience for some reason, J.J. McCarthy than Caleb Williams. I don't know exactly why that is. It's the fact that he had a season, Caleb had a season under his belt already. I just think that in the other regard, the idea of patience also feels a little lost on me because they invested so much in JJ. He's got so much around him. He's got the right coach. He's got the right wide receiver. He's got all of these things. He should succeed. Quite frankly, I have seen us not be patient with so many other quarterbacks across the league. With JJ and with Caleb, I don't really see the need for it.
Well, I can't have patience for J.J. McCarthy because what they gave up. They had an opportunity to sign Sam Darnold for basically nothing. Mm-hmm. They could have went out and got Aaron Rodgers. And if they would have got Aaron Rodgers, no matter what you feel about Aaron Rodgers or with Sam Darnold, we'd have been considering with what they did in the offseason, we'd have considered this, you know, one of the front runners for a Super Bowl. So now you got to ask yourself, you know, what rookie have we ever seen take a team to the Super Bowl? I don't think we've ever seen one, right? So
take a team.
Well, take a team to the Super Bowl. So now you talk about, you know, with this roster, this is one of the best rosters in all of football. But if it doesn't have the play from the quarterback position, I don't know how you go and you beat Detroit. I don't know how you beat Green Bay. I don't know how you beat the Eagles, right? I don't know how you beat the Rams. You know, and they had an opportunity if they would have just stayed with consistency with Sam Darnold. Despite whatever you feel about how he played at the end of the season, he deserved the opportunity to have another opportunity, in my opinion.
Mike, so if this is a Super Bowl caliber roster and that they just kept a veteran quarterback, you would feel good about them winning it. Why do they make this decision? So how far can a redshirt rookie like McCarthy take a team like this?
Far, and I think it goes back to why they draft J.J. McCarthy. He was battle-tested at Michigan, playing Ohio State. I saw him at probably a dozen practices. What Jeff talked about with the Cam Wards of the world, J.J. McCarthy has that as well. A great presence, a big-time competitor. I think he's going to hit the ground running. We talked about all the work that the Bears did. You think about Will Freeze, Ryan Kelly, drafting Donovan Jackson, amongst others. I think he's going to play extremely well despite the lack of experience.
He threw the ball 15 times in the Big Ten. Like, we know just as much about J.J. McCarthy, you know, playing in the NFL as we know about Caleb Williams underneath center.
His best games were in the biggest moments.
Man, how many times did he throw the ball?
As many as he needed to.
He turned around and handed the ball and say, go, get him.
Aaron Jones is pretty good running back, too.
Man, come on, Stevie. Like, man, I don't understand because it's one scale for Caleb and it's a totally different scale for J.J. McCarthy.
No, what I'm saying is J.J. McCarthy.
You're saying he's ready because he handed the ball off in the Big Ten.
I'm saying he's going to have a really good season, and I think his growing pains will be.
But the expectation is the Super Bowl. They had a Super Bowl roster.
This is why I asked Mike the way I asked is because from a front office perspective, if you think he's ready to take your roster, which you see as almost a championship caliber roster, you're confident enough in him to say he can win this, we can move on from a guy like Sam Darnold. Isn't that what the decision making is?
100%.
They didn't do this blindly.
Yeah, and I think they just fell back to their process was, why did we draft J.J. McCarthy? We believe in him and his intangibles being coached by Harbaugh, and I think what they felt was, despite the knee injury, they had no reason to move on, you know, and not give him the job.
Speaking of second-year quarterbacks, lastly for Sound Off, let's check in on Jaden Daniels coming off the best rookie quarterback season in history, but he still believes he has a long way to go.
In the quarterback room, we always say check your egos at the door. And that's like the main thing that they heart because everybody has egos. Everybody is selfish in their own ways. As human beings, I mean, that's just human nature. But for us, it's like, okay, how can I just go out there and take that away from me, push the ego out the way, and how can I be able to grow and get better? Because I still got so much to learn, and I'm striving to be a perfect player. I mean, if people were perfect players, everybody played in this league.
Talk about maturity. Yeah. You know, this is, again, another very mature answer from a young quarterback. Bart, will Jaden Daniels be better, worse, or the same as his rookie season?
I want to say better just because his intangibles, his ability to skate, I think they improved the roster. I think last year they went out and got a lot of veterans to kind of patch holes really quickly. I think now they were more intentional about how they want to improve their team going forward. But I thought the same about C.J. Stroud. And, he had that sophomore slump. So it remains to be seen. But so far, I believe that Jaden Daniels has what it takes. Now, last year, Mike was concerned with his ability to take hits. He really didn't get hit. But, that train's never late. So, every season has his own unique identity, but so far I think that he'll be able to take it to the next level.
Talk about not needing patience like the other guys. Jaden Daniels did more with less last year, and he has more this year.
Correct.
I'm a little apprehensive to put too much pressure on him because of what he did. If he's literally the same, to me, that is just fine. He already proved to me in his rookie year that he is capable of being a championship quarterback, not just on the field, but also off of it. Like, he has all of those things, and he's already shown it, and now he has Deebo Samuel as well. So to me, he's right there.
That playoff game in Detroit, that was a special performance by that whole team. Mike T, Jeff mentioned Deebo Samuel. Is that the best big impact addition that the Commanders made?
Yeah, to use Greeny's term, sneaky big news. In his career, Deebo Samuel averages 9 yards after catch, which is really remarkable. So you're talking about jet sweeps and all the behind-the-line scrimmage things you want to do to bail out a quarterback so he doesn't get those big hits. Get the ball to Deebo Samuel. And then look, they had protection issues last year, 50 sacks. So you go get Laramie Tunsil on the right side. You draft Josh Conley on the right. Sam Cosby coming off of ACL. He'll be back at some point. This offensive line should be better with all the intangibles. You're skeptical, Bart.
No, I'm asking any concern, when a team like the San Francisco 49ers that knew what Deebo was willing to let go of him.
A little bit, but I would say this, like, they paid Brock Purdy, so some players had to graduate. Their GM, Adam Peters, came from there. And look, maybe, Deebo has 2 years left instead of 5, but if I'm a young quarterback and I just want to get the ball out for, like, those long handoffs, like, Deebo to me is a great bailout player because of what he could do once he has the ball.
And if you can get McLaurin signed.
Skull Nation, what's good? Victor here from Report Vikings, and today we've got a spicy one. Terry McLaurin, yeah, that guy, could be on the move, and if that happens, I'm telling y'all now, the Minnesota Vikings should be at the front of the line. Let's dive into what's going on with Scary Terry, why the Commanders might actually let him go, and why Minnesota might just be the perfect dark horse landing spot. So here's the deal. Terry McLaurin is coming off an incredible year, helped take Washington all the way to the NFC Championship game, and honestly was one of the biggest reasons that team overachieved. But now, he's not happy. According to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, McLaurin is frustrated with the lack of progress on a contract extension. He's already skipped mandatory team activities and is now heading into the final year of his deal, just $15.5 million in base salary. Let's put that into perspective. There are now 8 wide receivers making $30 million or more per year, and McLaurin, a 2-time Pro Bowler and still just 29 years old, is nowhere near that mark. He's got every right to feel disrespected. Now, some fans might be thinking, why would Washington ever let him go? Well, here's the twist. They could afford to pay him. They've got over $21 million in cap space, and their quarterback Jaden Daniels is still on a cheap rookie deal through 2028. But if McLaurin doesn't want to stay or doesn't believe in the direction of that front office, then we're probably heading toward a breakup. And once that happens, a trade becomes the most logical move, and this is where the Minnesota Vikings come in. Let's be real, Vikings fans, we've got some promising pieces at wide receiver. JJ is the best in the league, and Jordan Addison looked legit as a rookie. But imagine adding Terry McLaurin to that room. You'd have Justin Jefferson drawing double teams, Terry McLaurin burning CB2s on the outside, Addison moving around the slot, and TJ Hawkinson returning to give us one of the most dynamic passing attacks in football. Plus, we've got a rookie QB in JJ McCarthy, which means we've got the cap flexibility to take on a McLaurin extension without gutting the roster. Let's talk production. Last year, McLaurin had 89 receptions, 1,082 yards, 8 touchdowns, and was top 10 in contested catches across the league. And that was with a rotating QB room in Washington. Put this man in Kevin O'Connell's system with better quarterback play and actual help around him, and he could explode. Easily a 2,300 plus yard, double-digit TD guy in purple. Now you're probably asking, what would it take to land him? We're not talking a cheap deal, obviously, but considering McLaurin's contract situation and age, this wouldn't be a 3 first-rounder kind of move. I think something like a 2025 second-round pick, maybe a conditional 2026 third, or even including a player like Jalen Naylor or a depth corner. That could get it done. And again, we've got the cap space to extend him right away, especially if we structure it front-loaded before McCarthy's rookie deal gets expensive. But I gotta ask you, Skull Nation, would you trade for Terry McLaurin if it meant giving up a second-rounder? Do you think he'd be the perfect WR2 next to JJ, or should we keep rolling with Addison and hope he keeps developing? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know if y'all are on the McLaurin train with me. Because I'm telling you now, you add Scary Terry to this Vikings offense and we're talking fireworks. A McCarthy to McLaurin connection for the next 5 years? Yeah, sign me up. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for all the latest Vikings updates, and turn on that bell so you never miss a report from your boy Victor here on Report Vikings. We're chasing greatness. We've got the core, and maybe, just maybe, Terry McLaurin is the missing piece. Skull.